and this is true. We love to do the things that we're not supposed to do. We don't mean robbing, stealing, or mugging. In fact, don't take it seriously. We're only bugging.
Hello, my name's Mark Webster. This is the Whistleblowers, and the good news is we've been sitting chatting for a while now, and we've actually decided we're going to be the first football podcast barbershop harmony outfit, which is a rare treat. And the main reason this is going to happen is because we all wore stripy waistcoats today.
Who'd have thunk it?
Why we should ring each other up before we come out during the day? We look ridiculous, frankly,
Please,
chaps.
camera, is it?
No, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. See, this is why you're in the tray, Callum. There's camera evidence that implies that. See, I'm trying to do the magic of just radio, effectively, and I'm painting pictures.
Well, as we were saying before, you have got on a bit, and technology surpassed.
Good God. And the silence, the angry, sad silence, which is about to fall over. All right, then. Let's move on. Because we may as well just... the reason that we are gathered fourth thus far, which is 3 numbers in a row, is because this is something resembling a special. I'm delighted to say. Yay! Because 2 of these gentlemen with us a few months back, and it wasn't so much just a thought at that time, but it was in process. But now it's out there, it's in the world. Outside Bet, the film is now physically in your cinemas. I will do from stage left, as is my tradition, even though I'm not totally sure I'm correct there. It might be stage right. It's... someone in the middle, the bloke in the middle can correct me in a minute. It's Mark Baxter.
Oh, sir.
Hello. Very well. Nice to see you. Of course, you're through the Mumper,
yes,
which become Outside Bet the film,
it is indeed.
and of the Millwall persuasion. I'm going to go for the other winger. We'll do the boy in the middle in a minute. You know, the Chikorito, Fox in the box.
You've gone for Gareth Bale. Great.
That's exactly. So much what I was thinking of as well. Is Paolo Hewitt, of course, co-author of the Mumper, regular voice, of course, on the Spurs podcast.
Yes.
And of course, therefore, directly involved with Outside Bet as well, and here in the position to discuss the entire Harry not for England situation because he's a fake Italian. So you're almost perfect for this job, aren't you?
Absolutely.
On so many different levels. And as I say, actually no more. The babyface assassin, I'm thinking.
Solskjaer.
It should be Solskjaer. I went Chikorito. Wrong.
Yeah, no, Solskjaer.
Solskjaer's the kid, isn't it? Calum McNab, star of said film, Outside Bet. How are you, mate?
Very well. Nice to be here.
I'm glad you're along. He's backs when backs isn't backs in the actual film itself. We'll talk about the film in a moment's time. But we will go, me, West Ham, Millwall, Tottenham. It's a strange alliance, and all bets... This is a bit like Christmas Day, World War One.
Yeah.
No man's
We'll come out in the trenches.
We all hug each other, a little game of football.
Yeah,
and
we're
then,
all friends.
And then it's straight over the top.
All friends for an hour and then back and shooting each other.
And then it's fixed bayonets.
Yeah. Bit of sniping.
The way it should be. This is a really simple way of starting, gents, because we're here on the day, and we'll just... I'll start with Callum, because we have excluded him thus far, I think, so far. And I think this is one of these rare occasions when I want to hear what a young person thinks about anything.
Must be rare.
Right, Roy Hodgson, his seat is still warm as we speak at the press conference where he was announced the England manager. So,
has it been announced now? Then?
Yeah. He's done. It's away. There was at Wembley this afternoon. There was. I've got quotes here. We'll deal with it. But first, immediate reaction. Given the fact that I don't think anyone's really prepared for this, was they?
I don't know. He was one of the favourites originally, but. Well, obviously there was a clear favourite in Harry Redknapp, but he was there, wasn't he? He was there and thereabouts. I mean, I'm not... Everyone wants Harry Redknapp, don't they? But I'm not going to...
You can't have him.
Well, I know that you'd be upset, wouldn't you?
I would.
You would certainly be one that would be crying this afternoon if it was announced as Redknapp, but I'm not sure. I think it's a poison chalice for most people, to be honest. I think Redknapp was probably the one person that would... have been able to get away with it. I think that the people like him that much. But I think
it's a very nice idea. He buys... Harry's the one who buys himself more time.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, you know, the problem what Hodgson's going to have is... I was reading something today where he's got to get the players. It's not the players he's got to worry about. It's the public that he's going to have to worry about.
Good point.
The players are going to play for their shirts, hopefully, whatever happens. But he's...
Are they? Are they though? Do you think that's a big
You
problem?
support Italy, mate.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Do you think that they do play for their shirt? Because
Yeah, I mean...
I've got to say, I doubted it in the last World Cup.
Yeah.
I did doubt that in the last World Cup. One or two of them did not.
Well, look,
did not play.
Let's look at the positives about it. First of all, he's an Englishman. Second of all, he's a very experienced
And
coach.
as Bernstein said today, which comes as a shock to me, but shouldn't have done. And I've got first England boss with international experience.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's weird. I should have known that, but that's bizarre fact, isn't it?
Yeah,
I know it's with
Switzerland, wasn't it? And Sweden.
And the Falkland Islands. No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah,
Switzerland, yeah.
Faroe Islands.
The Falklands are technically us, aren't they? Although perhaps that's why Argentina are so keen. Perhaps there's a couple of good kids there. The big
Couple
The new Maradona's over
big
there,
big
isn't
bloke
he?
to go alongside Messi. Flat top with him.
Yeah.
Because he's been eating penguin for so long. He's about 6'3" and he's 14. That might be exactly...
And he balances the ball on his nose.
But he runs in that funny way.
Yeah.
It's like Crash did.
Yeah.
Crouch would be in, won't he?
He's got it, yeah.
Crouch would be
Oh,
in.
is he Crouch?
Crouch is definitely in.
Crouch is definitely in, obviously, and he's a Falkland Islander. Who knew?
I think everyone's got to be careful coming up to the championships just to be too negative about it. All right, everyone wanted Harry to do it, but let's go with what we've been given.
Right, and that's a very good point. But here we go, don't we, Bax? This is the point: is that I'm in Canada. I'm in any of these situations with manager changes. I'm always like, well, you've got give the bloke chances in there, and it's very easy to find fault. But is it simply too easy to find fault because of the caricature of Roy Hodgson? Is it the why thing? Is it the kind of the sullen-faced? Is he already a joke before he starts the poor
I think most people will be underwhelmed by the appointment.
Yeah.
Totally underwhelmed. But you've got to think about what he's done in international football before. He's got Switzerland qualified. So is that enough? I don't know. I don't think he's been that unbelievable in the clubs in the Prem. He's not done nothing amazing.
No.
I just think
he got Fulham to the European Cup final.
Yeah, I mean,
best ever performance by Fulham too.
But that's the best he's done. I think he's a safe bet. I think he's a safe, cheapest bet. I think that's what he is. He's a safe appointment.
Do you think the 10 million that they
I think that was definitely
a big factor.
I think that big payoff they had to give to Fab.
Not mentioned, obviously. An iota. Paolo, the way that the press conference went is that it was a list, then it was a short list, then it was Hodgson,
right?
And then Hodgson.
This is what Bernstein was saying.
This is fundamentally.
So did they talk to Harry? Because they've maintained all along they never spoke to him.
They implied that.
Well, Harry Redknapp was not on the shortlist.
No,
he was the only person on the list. I thought.
No, well, that's it. That's
who else was on it.
Actually, that might be one point. The list was two people. The shortlist was one person.
Perhaps the secretary got mixed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps the shortlist.
Have you seen the pair of them? It's very easily done.
Yeah.
If you got a photo ID when you come in reception.
That one, innit? It's that one, innit?
Yeah, so I've got my glasses on, but it's a kind of sort of saggy face looking.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
1970s haircut. It could easily be the pair of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the weird thing about it is that they talk about that in
and
those
he wants
terms.
the job. Both of them want the job. That's what's confused them.
Well, exactly, yeah. Hodgson, safe pair of hands. I suppose that's the point, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, I was reading this thing
For the FA or for the FA for the team.
The FA is my mission.
Well, you see, in the Twitter age, as somebody pointed out today, there's been absolute silence from the players. None of the players on when Capello went, all the players went on going, "We want Redknapp, we want Harry."
Rooney,
they've appointed Roy. Absolute silence. And I was reading this thing about Roy's training sessions, and he's very. It's the same thing every day. And apparently at Fulham, after this training session, which they'd done 50 times for 50 days, one of the players went, "Can we have a game of five-a-side?" And Hodgson went, "Hodgson went, you don't play five-a-side on a Saturday."
Yeah.
So he's very like that.
Well, what I read was that they said they wanted to appoint a coach and then a manager. So he's a coach. They're saying that he's more of a coach than Redknapp. That's what they're saying.
But I would have thought that given England's performance,
and can I just say, and what that is, brackets, paraphrase, non-wheeler dealer bloke that they clearly still think is a bloke who's transfer market.
England's performance in the last World Cup, I thought that Harry would have been perfect because Harry would have put his arm round them, said, "Come on, lads," the whole
they've ignored
that whole thing.
They've ignored man management.
The man management that they're saying that Harry's got But what they are trying to say is that what ultimately they're trying to do is appoint a coach first.
Yeah. But you see, I think the problem...
They probably need man management because we've more than likely on paper got the best players in the world.
Now, that's the thing. Technically, you'd have thought by now they've all read the manual, so it's like, standing foot on the floor, other one kicky ball, I mean, that's the kind of general idea of it.
Try and aim at the goal.
Yeah, always nice. Always nice, Callum. That's a good point. See, and it's amazing because you're Millwall. You knew that. So it began.
Yeah.
So it begins.
Not bad, or was that?
No,
9 minutes?
10 minutes.
You called me old.
Is your season still going? Your season's you're still playing.
Lingering, I think the word is lingering.
Don't dying a cold, ugly, lingering, painful death.
It's terrible when you throw things away, isn't it? Very much like England fans, West Ham fans are the same, throwing it all away. Had the team, had the money.
Yeah, you're
still didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way on that. Yeah, yeah thanks. Unanimous was the word that the committee have used, though, Bax, on this one here. It was all confidential up to this point. So in other words, unanimous implies that perhaps two of them didn't want to, but two of the other ones persuaded the other two, or variation on the theme. For example, let's take Trevor Brooking. I can see why he wouldn't have gone for his old teammate.
He didn't like Harry. He does like Harry, right?
No, I don't think he does.
I think Harry frightens the life out of him.
Exactly.
He's other Venables, potential Venables.
But if you take...
a bit of a Del Boy sort of character. He frightens the life out of him. I was sitting at Pal a couple of weeks ago, but when everyone was clamouring for Harry and everyone was saying Harry's got to be the man, the FA went completely silencio. Nothing happened. Nothing was said. They just literally kept their counsel. And I said then... Yeah. They ain't a good sign.
It's taken them all this time.
They're really frightened of that sort of overwhelming power of people.
Although the Bolton chairman came out, didn't he?
Gardside, he said Harry
about a week ago, saying Harry's great.
But FA's a different world, mate. FA's a very strange murky.
No, but he's on the FA.
It makes you suspicious, doesn't it? Because, in all honesty, the FA don't care about Tottenham Hotspur, do they? So, really,
now you've done it. Look.
But really, if they wanted Harry Redknapp, they wouldn't have worried about your last 15 games.
Don't upset
They would have approached him and they would have been done and dusted.
Callum, but if we could not upset the Italian, because we've got half an hour.
Of course.
How long their bleeding operas last? If he starts crying now, we'll never finish.
He'd be rolling around the floor in a minute, making out he's been fouled, trying to get me sent off.
Do you know what I might do? The FA
take his mic away.
I always thought the FA was summed up in that great Graham Taylor documentary where, and he had to go to the FA and explain to them why England had just been beaten by America, right? And he goes into this whole long thing and but we think we're going to be all right for the future. And finishes, and there's this silence, and they're all sitting around in blazers, and they've got those handlebar moustaches, and one of them goes, "This Gascoigne chap, he's a bit of a liability."
Yeah.
And you think, that's it.
I've always thought they don't like football. The FA don't like football. They don't like the game. They like all the politics and the business of it. They don't actually the actual game itself.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a complete
that's the kind of one I go back. Like, Trevor Brooking, completely different. As in, he loves football. As in, he loves.
Yeah, he's a football
he wants 7-year-old kids to be, and so he's seeing Royston as being the ideal man to be the grand Uberführer for the future of English football. All the way down to 7 to 77. That's what he sees. But is that really the point of what we're looking at? I mean, I say that purely rhetorical because I don't know. I've got no idea. Because basically, as everyone will be, the point will be is if he puts on a decent stab at the Euros, A, the fans will be all right, and B, the players, who are as fickle as football fans are, will also be fine.
But ultimately, the FA will be all right.
They're out of jail.
You think about it, you think Capello was obviously not a yes man because that's why he's walked out on our country. I don't think obviously he's got a great reputation, a great record as a manager. Yeah. Before him, we had McLaren and for a very short period, and Sven-Goran Eriksson were also yes men. Have they reverted back to that? Because Harry Redknapp, for me, isn't a yes man. He's going to do it his own way.
Well, you may have hit the nail on the head there, Sam.
He's a complete maverick, Harry. He's the sort of guy they never sort of met anyone like that.
They met Venables and they didn't like Venables.
Exactly.
And they were going to meet Venables again.
The best football we played for years and years and years is Venables.
But,
it's about, to us, it's football. To them, it's not football.
It's Brian Clough. It's the Brian Clough syndrome.
They
would have had to have deferred to Harry running it rather than them.
His own way. And Capello, look, you know, everyone says, "Oh, Capello walked out." He walked out with a bit of dignity, didn't he, Capello? He wasn't going to be told.
No.
I was all over John Terry, but he wasn't going to be told who he was going to pick and who he wasn't going to pick.
Yeah.
John Terry.
He did stick the joint out for a while, though, didn't he?
Look, I'm not pro Capello, but what I'm saying is my point is about the FA. It's not about Capello.
I think the FA beat him.
What I wanted to know is, would Harry have brought Joe Jordan on board?
Well, certainly Kevin Bond finally gets the recognition he deserves.
Would you have liked that for the
An England coaching
Italian
top.
connection?
What?
With Joe Jordan.
No, he's Scottish, isn't he?
John Gorman?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
John Gorman, Glenn Hoddle. It's a classic.
Was Gorman there?
Classic Gorman.
Yeah.
John Gorman, wasn't it? You know, that you had the...
My mate used to think it was a conspiracy that Gorman was a Scottish spy sent down to destabilise English football.
I'm just pleased it weren't Kenny Jackett.
No.
Yeah, when we got it was
I'm saved, though. Whoa.
Let's end it there.
That was a close one, wasn't it?
I do like the idea.
I'm just pleased Kenny's name weren't being bandied about. Although he probably wouldn't have taken the job because he's got a job as it is.
Well, he's also, and obviously,
step down team, isn't he? Be honest.
It's that watertight contract he's got. They couldn't afford to get him out of it, could they? Yeah. I do like the idea that it was an entire Jacobean drama. That's really that's what it mainly boils down to for me.
Right, donkey.
Let's move. Let's talk about it from your world though, because it is an interesting football story. Is Harry now?
Harry.
You got to win the other. Nick to win the other day. I say Nick. All right, then I'll stop. No, he was all right. It's Blackburn were appalling.
You got one shot
for a team trying. And then they took your Cooper.
Look, what happened?
After 60, they took their number 9 off. So I was.
Look, what happened was this: we hit the bar twice, came close a couple of times, scored once, half time. Everybody went in the change room, and Spurs players obviously went, they're not trying, so why should we? Why, we've got 3 more games. So they kind of went into a lull until the great free kick from Kyle Walker, and that's what kind of happened. Spurs didn't find it, incumbent on themselves to really bust a gut.
I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing a chorus of voices saying
we're back.
That Harry is the way forward. And there's also speculation that Levy's not offering him another contract beyond, I think, another year.
He's got another year left. Yeah.
Right now, is it because a lot of Tottenham fans, twofold? They'd written him off because England was a cert.
Yeah.
Plus also a dip in form. So are you a club in crisis, Paolo Hewitt? That's the
gist of the question.
They will be if they don't make the Champions League, won't they?
Oh,
because they banked on that.
Absolutely,
it's
absolutely true what Callum says. We're on a cliff edge because obviously if we don't make the Champions League, a lot of players are going to go. And it's whether we can replace those players.
That Bale Modric thing is massively important.
Of course.
But is Harry now in a really strange situation? Because he was England elect, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I just find it incredible that in February that man was King Harry of England.
Yeah.
And by the end of this season,
he walked out of Southern Magistrates Court with literally, and it was.
But by the end of this season, there is a slight possibility he could be unemployed.
Yeah,
I don't think he will be, but I just find it
won't be. But Terry Redknapp's. Let's remember, he's a brilliant football manager.
Yeah, he is.
He's turned Tottenham into a formidable side.
Absolutely,
they played probably the best football, barring maybe Manchester United, Manchester City, all year. They've been the team to watch, haven't they?
Yes.
For most of the season.
All they've done wrong is not be quite as good for about 4 or 5 weeks.
Which,
a long time in football.
I know people always say this, but we were playing well in those games. We were losing, but we wasn't like we were playing terrible. We were actually playing quite well.
All right then.
They do. Do you know what he has? If you think about like Man City,
we've been very unlucky
this year. They've bought Agueros, they've bought a Balotelli's, and obviously we all know they've splashed the cash. Redknapp got Adebayor on loan, who's been really good for you this year. Scott Parker.
Sign of the year, I think. Great.
Friedel for absolutely nothing. I mean, their starting 11's probably the best Tottenham have had it it is the best they've had in a very, very long time. And they're competing with teams like Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, who've got big squads.
Now, all that, what intrigues me about this as well now is, and kind of knowing the way that Redknapp works, and he is, he's a visceral individual. He works on emotion. That's the kind of way he goes about his business. Do you think that everything about this situation, Banks, has left him perhaps not quite so charmed about being in charge of a Tottenham team that excelled a while back? It's gone a bit flat. Was going to England, not going to get England. Do you think his mind might be starting to wander a little bit?
Sorry, can I just answer that?
No,
go on. Let me.
Let you respond to a voice.
To me, I mean, last couple of weeks he's looking a bit tired, Harry. I mean, he's been for a year and a half, hasn't he? Unbelievable year he's had.
Heart attack.
Heart
attack. The court case. Yeah. England manager elect
done. These things do take their toll.
I mean, does that come into it?
But I'll tell you what,
it's a done deal. And you keep reading, he schleps up from Bournemouth in a 3-hour car drive every day. You do wonder how long that bloke was he 60 plus?
64.
When MS classes are being driven by a driver, I don't suppose it's too bad a journey.
He's still got to get out of bed. I don't know. I think
I'll see that's covered.
I think the England job would be perfect for him. I think he's like, it's almost like a part-time job in some ways. And I don't think he's got the energy really to keep that going.
So, like they talk about footballers, and I will let you have a.
Go on.
No, I won't.
Let me finish it off.
I'll go you first.
I'll cry.
There he goes.
He's off again. He's off again.
We're both
I don't think the Spurs players took after the ball. I think Harry took his after ball. I think Harry wanted that. I think he wanted that job. I thought he had the job.
That's the point I'm going to make to you. In his head, had he gone, and now he's got to try and regroup? Is that the worry?
I think he was gone. I think he was there. He was making his plans for the summer. He was done, and now it's gone. And he's also hang on. I've got to go back and I've got to do this again. And I've got to raise the dead almost. You know what I mean? Get him going.
Now, let's see that. No, okay. Here, son, you're in, Paolo.
I think Harry. I think this is just what he needs. I think this is just what he needs.
Alternatively,
seriously, I do.
B. Yeah,
Plan B is I think this will re-energise him. I think he will go, you know what, I'm going to show you what you've missed.
Yeah,
and I think that's what he's going to do.
That would be. That's a nice idea.
I think he's talented enough to do it.
Yes.
Oh, definitely that.
He's brilliant, and wherever he is next year, he'll be in a top job, Harry.
Yeah.
Whether he's at Tottenham as well, and I honestly,
or indeed,
he loves.
Callum.
I think he loves the job he's got at Tottenham. I don't think. I mean, obviously, he's made it public that he would like to be England manager, no doubt.
One of the things I know, Harry's got all this sort of baggage with him, but I do honestly believe him when he says things like, he turns up at training ground, he goes, "This is great. I'm just about to go there and work with." 11 world-class players. This is what I'm doing today.
That's another problem with him being England manager, though, because he's an honest man, and that's probably would scare the FA that if England aren't playing well, he's going to say that they need livening up.
No, he'll say Sandra could have scored that goal.
Exactly, and rightly so. But that's why we love him, because we all say that at home, don't we?
I do love the fact that you may be the only person I've ever heard say out loud, Harry's an honest man, and I don't mean that in any.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, because I'm with you 100%. But
as a football manager,
but no, it was a cheap joke at my expense, because I'm all about Harry Redknapp, and I look forward to, and I hope he has a great career at West Brom.
What you lot done to him? What you lot done to him? You should be ashamed.
You
should be ashamed.
I sit here in ashamed. That's why I wear this.
Do you see Harry as
making jokes like that? How dare you?
Do you see Harry as part of the long?
Make the joke.
Do you see Harry as part of the long tradition of Tottenham taking the creme de la creme from West Ham? There is a tradition of Tottenham taking. Players.
So you want Sam Allardyce?
No. Did you see us taking Harry as part of that? So Harry going to
No, because it's a bit, because it was a little bit more tradesman's entrance than that. When it didn't quite come around.
Right.
You took him in desperation, I thought.
Yeah, we did actually. We had
in a bizarre way, is that you took a bloke who thought that he could turn round what was a dead dog.
His best mate was on the Tottenham board. But he left, so we thought, and I have to admit, when we got him, I thought, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Because Bax is right. I mean, at that point, he didn't, albeit the fact that he turns up in a Learjet every day, as Callum said. He did have the commute wasn't there
because you had Martin Jol, who was a really good manager for you, and put you in a position where you hadn't been for a long time, and then all of a sudden the expectancy and the fickleness of football fans in the football world. And you sack him. And
the thing about Jol goes to a certain level, but he couldn't beat the Arsenals, the Chelseas, and Man U's, and Harry's done that. Yeah, Harry's taken us up to that.
But it's about.
I love Martin Jol. I'm not.
No, but it's about. It's going to be about where you finish at the end of the season. Right. He's not going to be judged on whether he beats.
Well, the good news is, lads,
he's going to be judged whether he finishes in.
Sorry, 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 sorry. Stars at me or in here. Sorry. That's 25.
Who are you again?
Who are you again?
25 bleeding.
Who are you? Who are
Larry
you?
Redknapp.
Who are you?
Oh, God.
25. Yeah. I'm glad we lapsed into song.
Anyone who's still here.
That's right, yeah. Are you with us? Because I'm sure that forget it. No, I've not deliberately forgotten him. Which Gallagher?
Liam.
Liam Jet.
Oh, blimey. I mean, I thought I was old.
Yeah. Hold on. I thought I was just in your world of sideys and partners. I'm trying to give you something to work with here, Paolo. The Manchester derby.
Yes.
We kind of going to have to kind of finish on this there. Yeah. What did it say? And I'll have to kind of encapsulate the question as we go around.
Money buys wins.
I thought Man City wanted it more than Man United last night. Well, I can see, especially the captain. What's his name? The captain.
Vincent
Kompany.
He was like a man possessed that first, especially the first half. He was clunking everybody, and he was desperate to get in. And I'm surprised he got the goal.
Best player.
Fantastic player.
Superb,
I thought Man City really wanted that game more than Man United. I thought one or two Man United players, I'd say, bottle went.
If I could just quote on that particular note there, Liam Gallagher, "Viva la Belgium," he said.
Yes,
which
is
14 different languages, isn't it, in 3 words, and none of them the right one.
He didn't even realise he was saying it.
It just tripped off of his tongue.
Fantastic performance. I thought it was a great performance. I thought I really looked like they were desperate to win that game, and I think they deserve a win.
Right. So I'm with backs on this one here, Callum. I'm quite happy to walk away, given the fact that we're not exactly looking at Man United as being some kind of like paupers who are run by the bloke who owns the butchers down the road, are we? These are two mega football clubs.
No, I think
as a specific game of footy, did you was it exciting for you or?
Well, look. First of all, I love Manchester United.
What the?
I do.
Hold the front.
I love
Where
them.
are we?
No, I do. I love them because I love what they're about as a club. They're winners, and they've flown the flag for England for many, many years in Europe. They've been the best team since Liverpool. They've been formidable, and they've been the best.
I love Fergie, but I don't like
and
the
they've
team.
been and they've been the best team to watch. You can't deny it. They play great football. They go and score loads of goals. They're as a neutral, if you like, to go and watch Manchester United. They're a great team to watch and to support. Last night.
Yeah, here we go. Good, but lovely setup, sir. Lovely.
It should be an actor.
Last night they didn't have that X factor. But you say about Manchester City being great. They wasn't. It wasn't a great game of football, was it? Let's be honest. It wasn't a brilliant game.
It was intriguing. It was
very nervous. The drama of it, the excitement of the affair, obviously captivated anyone who watches the Premier League, but it didn't live up to its expectations, unfortunately. And I think United have obviously thrown this league away. And you say, like Chelsea fans said this a little while ago when they bought the league, if you like, and everyone was saying, Chelsea have bought the league. And I remember Chelsea fans saying, Man United have done it every year, which they have. They've constantly invested in talent, but they've done it in good ways, haven't they? They haven't gone and spent 300 million quid in 1 year. I don't know the exact figure what Manchester City have done it. And they have invested in young English players, so I support them for that.
It's a great... But now, if we keep you on the pitch in terms of that...
Can we take off the pitch? I'll tell you my favourite Liam Gallagher story.
We can, afterwards, yes,
right.
Because I want to just pursue that thought, because I think this is really interesting, is the fact that there was an element here... let me ask you, let's put it this way. Yeah. What did you feel there's an element of that, of Ferguson almost bowing to the noisy neighbour? Because he set out with an 11 that didn't even say that he thought we could go and get it.
Well, I thought that his use of people like Scholes and Giggs, when you have a midfield of Toure, all them boys.
And then Park with no fault.
Giggs went out of it.
Yeah. Giggs played well though. He was stuck in at
He tried, but they were overrun, and you're so right. United scored goals. They should have attacked. They should have attacked. They should have gone for it.
Do you think, Paolo, do you think that in the last couple of finals when he's done it as well with Barcelona, he hasn't really gone all out, hasn't he? He hasn't. He's been.
United are at their best when they're going forward, not defending.
Yeah. So did we see a shift? Was there a shift in power on that pitch? It was in that 90 minutes the other night. I mean, because I thought it was there in the Charity Shield, bizarrely enough, and then the season. Then we've had a long season of blokes who do know how to do it, fellas who don't know how to do it, and now suddenly.
What are you suggesting? Ferguson's losing his powers.
I would suggest that his powers are
waning,
or shifting, because basically he's constructed for me a season and a team out of nothing, and still kept them in it.
Yeah,
last year,
I don't think
they're not great.
They're not formidable.
When has been the last great United side? It's been two.
Well, last year,
the fact you brought Paul Scholes back into the fold, to me,
allowed him to come back.
To me, that summed it all up. Paul Scholes coming back in was to me, it was like he can't.
But he had a young. I mean, and you know what people forget as well, that their captain's been out all year, Manchester United. They haven't had Vidic for a long time, and he's a massive. He's a massive. You talk about company. Vidic is a brilliant player for them.
Fantastic.
He lost Tom Cleverley early, who was going to be the replacement.
It's very
for
true,
Paul
and
Scholes.
quite literally, the goal was where a kid who'd come from Maidstone United about 3 years ago didn't quite get it right. I mean, but it's one goal in a game in which United didn't have a decent shot.
They didn't have a shot, did they?
And he didn't.
United are one or two players away from
they were the Blackburn
being
of
great. They're one or two players away from doing
Okay, but let's do something corny and cliché, if I may. Who wins it at the end, though? With the
Man City.
They've got to, haven't they?
They
can't lose it twice.
Why are you
They've
looking so
lost it once.
perplexed? He's looking perplexed. Why is he looking perplexed?
I'm not
Why
perplexed.
are you looking perplexed?
Are you thinking about Newcastle?
What's wrong with you?
Don't be waving your
What's
Italian
wrong
hands.
with you?
No, do you know what? Mamma mia. I know what it is.
Here he goes again.
Newcastle are playing Manchester City. So if Manchester City don't win the league, Tottenham.
See, that's right.
I've got it.
Plus, also, I like the fact that the young man here from the south of the river has come up with them. He's actually decided to look at the detail rather than you with your giant emotional overview. Oh, you mean about the City? All right.
You look perplexed. We said Man City are going to win the title, and you look perplexed.
No, I was amazed by
you look
how
perplexed,
quickly.
like somebody told you West Ham are in the playoffs.
I was amazed by it.
Do you think they'll beat Newcastle?
Yeah, absolutely. That team, they've beaten Man United. You know, whatever you're going to put in front of them, they're 2 games away from winning the title. They'll do it easily. Newcastle the other day against Wigan.
What I saw last night, Man City will win that title.
They got the design.
Yes.
They got it exactly. As Callum said, they lost it once, they got it back. And you can see them in the interviews.
And I think
interviews were saying we will win this.
And they've earned it as well, by the way. The only thing I was impressed about is by the fact that I was appeared to be mugged by the Fun Boy 3, because you all come at me at the same time and said Man City in 3-part harmony. That's what I was really
we are the barbershop.
I mumbled it.
Did you mumble it? Did you?
Anyway, can I tell my Liam Gallagher story?
I just want to find out if he knows who the Fun Boy 3 are first.
Who are the fuck?
Is
it another age thing?
It's another age thing.
Bumtish.
Yeah, no, they come out the specials. You know the specials. You love the two-tone world, don't you?
Yeah.
He does.
I'm all over it.
He looks perplexed now.
He's an
They think it's all over. It is now.
He's an 80 revivalist. I assumed he'd gone straight to two-tone.
Yeah.
We can. By the way, we'll talk about the film in a bleeding minute if anyone gives.
What film?
But before that, we've got a few minutes. I want to go Gallagher.
I've got to go Gallagher.
I'll tell you
why.
I'll tell you because basically, and you'll confirm this from as well on Baxwell, because of your book that you did together, which is The Fashion of Football.
Yes.
Is the real fashion icon of Manchester was in the ground last night, which is Mike Summerby.
Yes.
He was indeed.
Yeah.
He was indeed.
Can you just explain why
Mr.
I
Baxter?
say that about Mike Summerby?
Well, he was. He's always loved his clobber, but he's got his own shirt making business. I think he's still got it going.
Yeah.
He makes shirts for. He's done for years. He's always been a smart dresser.
George best partner in the shop, wasn't he?
Edwardian.
Back in Manchester in the 60s.
What's it called? The Edwardian?
It was called the shop was Edwardian.
Edwardian.
Sold top class schmutter. He's always loved his shirt. Paolo had the lovely honour of interviewing for the...
Did you really?
Yeah. In his cafe.
Met him in... where we met him?
I met him in this cafe, and Keegan was in charge of Man City at the time. There was something going on, and I sat down, and he was very kind of gruff, and I thought, well, I'd better try and break the... and I went, oh, what do you think is going to happen with Keegan? And he looked at me and went, you're not the press, are you? I said, well, kind of, but I'm doing a book. Well, what's it about? It's about clothes. And then he
loved the clothes.
Really?
He loved it. Talked about the suits that they wore when he went to Manchester and when they were going out to the club.
There's some great
footage
of the pair of him and Best together and a couple of other players.
Well, he did say...
Absolutely
George Best was his best man when he got married.
Yeah.
So they were very, very tight. And you would have thought he was quite a staid quite boring sort of bloke, but actually he was one
him
of the
and
chaps.
Bobby Moore, your boy,
Yeah.
shared a room together, and he said it was like OC
66, wasn't it?
O-
Yeah.
OC
Yeah, they would come out lagging from 3 in the morning
Yeah.
from the club and angle their clothes up
and hang
very
their clothes
precisely.
up. You know when you get back and you just throw your clothes around.
Never.
Not the sharp lads.
Not down in the bed. I'm talking about you, Mark. You know, like when you do that, but they didn't.
That's clearly what I'm wearing now.
And he said if you walked into our room, you'd have thought no one was staying there. It was so
it's
neat.
just all yeah.
I keep thinking True Grit. I won't look at him. Like, I don't know.
Fill your hands, you sons of a bitch!
I thought it was True Pink. Anyway, so
someone doesn't understand turn of the century Western clobber like Baxter does. All right then. Bore us with your Oasis story.
So
then,
anyway,
Hewitt.
so there's me and Liam, and we're around at Knowles.
Can I just say,
drop that.
Liam Gallagher? No, Gallagher. I just
Pick that one up off the floor.
And we're talking away, and there's a big TV screen up there, and this and it's near Bonfire Night, right? So we're talking away, bada bing, bada, and this documentary about the Ku Klux Klan comes on, right? So suddenly the screen's filled with burning crosses, right? And Liam looks up and he goes, "Blimey," he says they're taking Halloween a bit seriously, aren't they?
Dear God! And that's why he's the brain of pop music for the
Rock and roll, mate.
21st
Rock and roll, mate.
I thought it was brilliant.
Hey, what's your music, Ken? Are you? I mean, you know, Oasis.
Temptations, The Supreme,
Yeah.
Fun Boy Free the way home.
Fun Boy
Yeah.
Free.
Are you must
Across the board, mate. to be
but
honest.
you must, unfortunately, and I really mean that, have come up through the Oasis
Brit
period,
pop,
haven't you?
as
Brit
they call
pop.
it. Brit pop.
No, don't oi me. I mean,
no, it's a good time,
I'm
it's a
standing.
good time.
It's my time. It's my moment.
Yeah.
Well, my brother and my stepbrother was mad Oasis fans.
Really?
Yeah, and Stone Roses, and they were.
Did they want to buy some
and
books?
All of that, all of that caper. So I was subjected to it.
Does
but
he look a bit of a dick when he does what he does at Man City, though? Does it take away if you know in the way that Paul Weller? All right, everyone. Choir of Angels. I realise that in the company we're in. Paul Weller's never really done that. Paul Weller is the one bloke. He's the one man that I know that grown men will actually sort of like get doe-eyed about.
Yeah.
Now, a younger generation will go Liam Gallagher. But when he stands up there with his Gallagher number 11 Man City shirt on and does songs and turns up with the press guy, does he make himself look a bit of a...
Any man
Fill your
who
own
wears
word
a
in it.
football shirt.
Yeah.
Any grown man
After a certain age.
who wears a football shirt.
Pearl of wisdom, son.
Well
He's
played.
asking, he's asking for trouble.
Well played.
Do I blame him for being passionate about his football club? No, I don't. I'm
Very
a Millwall
nice.
season ticket
Very
holder,
nice.
and I'll get up and probably make the same sort of prick of myself as he does. So, no, I mean, he does it a lot more publicly than me, so I can get away with it. But, yeah, any man who wears a grown man that wears a football shirt is asking for trouble.
Struggling
Well
around.
played.
Yeah,
Well played.
Well said. Well said.
They put that put the nail in that coffin.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to say
Yes.
that was the skin on the top of my custard.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of minutes left. First of all, let's go these two over here. Let's have a little Millwall sum up. You two boys. Season.
Bit of a struggle, has to be said. Bit of a struggle. Sold Steve Morris at Norwich at the start of the last season and never really replaced him until right last 10 games.
And
really.
who did you get that club? Who did you get that from? Harry Kane? Who did he come from?
Yeah,
I
Harry
think
Kane.
he's talking about Andy Keogh.
And Harry
I'm
Kane.
about to say,
Got the name wrong. Nice work.
Keogh,
We've had him for a long
Harry Kane.
No,
We've had Harry
no.
Kane for a
Kane.
little bit longer than Andy Keogh. He's talking
Harry
about the last
Kane.
10 games.
Andy Keogh come from nowhere. Like no one was rating him at all. He's coming. He's absolutely set the place alight. Scored plenty of goals.
Well, Harry
got
Kane
a lovely
hasn't.
touch. I'm trying to get over to Harry Kane. Give me a minute. Harry Kane.
We want him for another year, to be honest.
Mike Cockle gives.
Harry Kane for 8. He's a good player, but has no pace. He never
Who
makes.
doesn't?
Harry Kane,
And
just
never
on
make it a
Harry
Prem.
Kane,
Never
he's
make it a
very
Prem.
young. He's going to be really good. And
Good player.
He
Good
should have
touch.
another year at Millwall.
Right. So for the club, I mean, because
There's a keep Kane,
But you
campaign.
really went up last 10 games.
you were safe early. You were safe.
No, don't know. He looks a bit worried.
Do you know what? He made
Well,
a
your
few
own standards.
signings. He made Taylor in goal. He
Yeah.
got the kid Shane Lowry at centre back. We missed Liam Trotter all year and McAndaway.
Good player.
No
McAndaway,
question about
top
it.
player.
And he bought the kid Josh Wrighton who done pretty well. And then he
Did
put
pretty
two.
well.
He put two up top. So the core of the team. He changed and it made a lot of difference in the last 3
It's
months.
the classic cliche. Next season, you watch us go.
No, but I think
really think so.
I-
Really?
I really
Are
think
you
so.
a skyrocket? Are you?
We think so. I'll tell you what.
Skyrocket.
Put your house
If we
on it
keep
next
them, we've
season,
got
mate.
a good chance. Our form's been as good as anyone's, probably better
It's
than
the
yours
hope
the
that
last
kills
5
you,
games,
football.
hasn't it?
Don't yours me. I'm the chairman. And also, there's not a lot of fault. Momentum's good, but like there's that 3-month gap you got to worry about there, Calum. Trust me.
Well, losing players, yeah, but if we can keep them, I think
be nice.
we will stay
There's
up
a campaign
anyway.
to keep Harry.
But what I like about the fact is
See,
that
you've got Harry to keep, we've got Harry to keep.
Yeah.
It's all Harry, isn't it?
Keep the Harrys.
We're all Spurs
and what's
fans
like,
in disguise.
we've got a few minutes left here, chaps. And I love it that we talk about ourselves because obviously it takes the emphasis away from me. Except of course I've got now to answer the last final question, which is the reason. Well, actually, let's put it this way: the reason you missed the last game of the season because you were so confident in the fact that your season was saved, but also because you were fancy danning it around at some top range racecourse wearing fine clobber. Explain why, lads.
Yes, we were invited.
Let's walk our way through the film.
Because the film was out on Friday, we were invited.
The film being outside
Bet was out
I'll do that
in all
bit for you.
cinemas. We got invited to the racing at Sandown Park on Saturday. Very nicely treated. All the trimmings and a lovely day. And
Stuffing and everything, was there?
I had the first winner, which paid my day.
Did you?
I did. Always get the first one. Paid for my day. And we had a right laugh and a good, nice sit down with a few people involved with the film, directors, producers, actors. Sat there, Jenny Agutter in our box, beautiful.
And of course, Calum, who's now bestest mates with Jenny Agutter. Because for
lovely lady.
Probably
A
up
lovely
to
lady.
20 or 30 times you and Jenny go racing nowadays, ain't you? I seem to recall from stories.
We've been a little bit. We've gone a few times. I've been invited.
Tell everyone about
sounds a
the
bit
first
dodgy,
time
this, doesn't it?
Jenny Agutter rang your house, didn't she?
Yeah, rung my indoor phone, my mum's house. I was out walking the dog late at night and I come in, my mum said, Jenny Agutter's been on the phone, love. I said, all right, sweet, I'll ring her tomorrow. She said, no, it's something about Royal Ascot. You better ring her back. I said, well, I'll ring her tomorrow. She said, no, love, ring her now. I said, well, I ain't going to Ascot tonight, are we? Do you know what I mean? It's in...
The old night races.
Racing,
Yeah, it's in
3 in the
July.
morning.
Which Jenny, when I did eventually call her, she'd kindly invited me to go to Ascot with her for the day, which was obviously a very nice day out. And I was just telling Paolo actually on the way over here, I remember when I went to go, I thought I'll get a few quid out. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm going with Jenny Agutter, Rita Tushin, and we're going to the races, get a few quid out. Little did I know we was like, by royal appointment, we was there.
Nice.
We was in a box hosted by the Duke of Devonshire, Prince Andrew, and all kind of aristocracy.
Go on!
And I walked in with me
Lord
500
Callum.
quid cash.
And Mill walked up on.
And
McNab on the back.
thinking, sweet, look, Jenny's all right, I'll look after her.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'll pull up.
Here, darling, go get around him.
Don't worry, baby, it's all on me. And it was obviously didn't have to spend a penny. It was all laid on.
Oh, do you
A
know
touch.
what? And the beauty of that is that, of course, you've gone through the entire process of making a lovely film, and still you're thinking, do you know what? I've got a right squeeze. Because that's your motivation being a boy for himself.
That's
Love
it,
it.
yeah.
You got to love that. Right, the film's out. I mean, good news so far. I'm hearing the box office is okay.
Punters love it. Punters love it.
Punters.
Yeah, it's been...
Pete Garland's going tonight in Reading.
Well, that's...
That's one.
We had a couple of sellouts on the weekend. The West End was sold out on a Friday. The Basildon was sold out on a Saturday.
Great.
So punters-wise, been fantastic.
Superb.
Great feedback.
It's a people's choice kind of film, isn't it?
It
though?
is
That's the
indeed,
point.
yeah. It's for the punters, really.
Critically, it hasn't been very strong, but definitely the people's film, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
bit
Like
Go
Harry.
out and find it.
Harry, innit?
Yeah.
So-
People's choice.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what we'll do, what we'll do is, on the Facebook and stuff like that, you go and find Outside Bet, and find out where the film is on, and it's
Yeah.
available to the world now. Is
Yeah.
it not?
It's around the UK, 30 cinemas, all over the place,
19 cities, 20 cities.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Super.
All over the shop.
Well, gents,
It's a nice film. Go and see it.
It's
Well-
a family film. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's a
family film.
A charming
it's a
film.
feel-good film. So if you're feeling sad about Harry not getting in,
oh!
go and see Outside Bet because it will
That's-
cheer you up no
all your
end.
troubles will disappear.
Exactly, everything's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Lads.
Done and dusted.
Gentlemen, you've really said everything that needs to be said, apart from the fact I need to say that was the Whistleblowers, and obviously, Viva la Belgium!
This is a Playback Media production. Get all the associated links for this podcast at thewhistleblowers.net.